Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rosie, this is my husband Jeremy.
Hello.
We recently spent 3 months in Malaysia and we're going to break down all of our expenses. So there's 12 categories. They are accommodation, transportation, eating out, groceries, drinks, utilities, fun/visits, laundry, tips, bank fees, health and visa. We've been doing this for all of our travels including Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, India, Sri Lanka. So this is the 6th one we're doing. There is some construction outside. I hope you can't hear. I'm using a good mic, so hopefully that's fine. But yeah, we spent 3 months in Malaysia. So usually we spend about a month. So we are going to do the total for 3 months, and then at the end we'll break down how much that is per day and per person per day. So stay until the end if you want to know that. We have Jeremy's laptop here, so if we're looking down, that's kind of why we're just kind of referring to our notes. So we're going to dive straight in. First, let's talk about where we went. We went to Kuala Lumpur, Malacca, Georgetown, Cameron Highlands, Ipoh,
Langkawi.
Langkawi and Ipoh. So we went to 7 different places for different durations. We've just posted a video talking about that whole 3-month trip, where we went, how long for, what to see, what to do. So if you want to find out what to do in Malaysia, that's a really great video talking about everything that we did, everywhere we went, all the food that we ate. First up on our list is accommodation.
Yeah, so we spend €1,835 for 88 nights, so 3 months pretty much.
We're quite good at looking on Airbnb and Booking.com and trying to figure out kind of where the best spot is. We kind of have the cheapest price available for also good internet, a private room, mostly private bathroom.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah, but we did end up staying in Langkawi longer, so we booked in 10 days and then ended up staying longer, and she gave us like a cheaper price versus what was on Booking.com. So that's something you could do as well when you're traveling, is to stay a couple of nights and then book extra nights.
We also stayed on a jetty, which was quite cool, stuff like that. So
yeah,
we had nice accommodation. We had an apartment with a rooftop pool
in Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, stayed on the beach for a month, stayed on a jetty, traditional house thing, so it was quite fun.
Yeah. Okay, next up is transportation.
So that's €311. That includes all the buses to go from one place to another. We moved around quite a lot. The bus was pretty cheap, to be honest, but that also include like all the taxis, like Uber, Grab, that we got from a place to another. They also include the train/metro from the airport to the metro system of Kuala Lumpur.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like quite a lot actually. It's like $10 or $20 per person.
Yeah.
And back and forth, obviously. So there's that. There is the ferry to Going Island, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, for 3 months, ultimately, we moved around quite a lot. So it's quite.
So 300, so 100 a month basically on transportation in Malaysia.
Bus are cheap, honestly. Like going for like a 2 or 3 hour ride, you're gonna pay €5 maybe, something like that. With like really nice buses as well.
There was actually one trip where we had planned for there to be delays, so we got into Kuala Lumpur at a certain time and then we had like 3 hours wait, and we actually thought it's worth just buying tickets again for a £5 to get the bus in half an hour rather than in 3 hours, rather than like hanging around. So it's actually really affordable that like we cancelled our other one and just paid it again.
Cancel even.
Well, you know what I mean, like we didn't go on that, we just paid again.
Yeah.
It was not,
it's
it was
that
just,
cheap.
it was just easy,
Yeah.
So next up is eating out.
Eating out, we spent €1,187. Sounds like a lot, but again, it's 3 months of lunch and dinner out every single day. We didn't cook once, I think, over there. We'll see when we do the recap, like per day or per day per person. But yeah, the food in Malaysia, we actually spend quite more than we usually did in other countries. Like it is the most expensive country in terms of food that we had since the beginning of the trip.
And we always try and stick to like the local places. We always try and get cheap food. Like for example in Langkawi, we were there for a month. We went to a warung that was just next door, and it's kind of one of those where you help yourself to food and it just
you pay something
and they figure out what you're paying. But like we weren't going to like 5-star restaurants or posh hotels.
Went for sushi twice or 3 times.
We didn't go for sushi twice, but twice in 9 months is not bad going, and it was only 20 quid.
Yeah.
So no, but we do try and kind of, we are quite careful with our money in all aspects of travel because we're obviously on a little bit of a budget. So I think that was about €13 per day.
I was going to be blown away with Bali though, with you.
Bali has been expensive. We're in Bali at the minute, so you'll have to stay tuned for that one. It's going to be expensive. Next up is groceries.
Groceries, we spent €320. Again, like basically snacks, drinks,
chocolate,
ice creams, chocolate, which we bought quite a fair amount on Langkawi because it's duty free. Things like toothpaste, shower gel, shampoo, all this stuff. So yeah, it's all the household and snacky bits.
I think I bought like a face wash there. I think I bought like a hair oil there. Just like little things that you buy every 6 months, but you just kind of need to top up on. So that was how much?
320.
That's quite expensive for us.
Yeah,
in
for 3 months. No,
100
it's in
each.
average. I think
Yeah.
if I go back, it's pretty much what we spend usually.
So next up is drinks, and this is basically not going out and drinking. This is going to a cafe, and especially in kind of Georgetown, especially in Langkawi and Malacca the second time, we would go to cafes and work because we'd already kind of been there, and Langkawi spent a long time there. So this is Starbucks, this is old White Townhouse coffee that we never know what
Something
it's called.
like
And also testing out a couple of other different cafes to get work done. So we tend to like go there for like 4 hours, buy a drink each, and then get work done. So it's nicer than like staying in the hotel room all the time, because a lot of the hotels don't have a communal working space. So it can add up, but it is basically drinks / office.
Co-working space
Yeah.
rental.
Yeah, so it's for work, really.
Which if you see this day, so we spent €200 in 3 months, which like, yeah, it's about €70 per month for both of us, or 35 a month per person, which renting a desk in any co-working space would be more expensive than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why it's just worth it for us, and also you get to change it and stuff like that.
Well, I actually really enjoyed going to the Starbucks, because usually Starbucks is like too expensive for us. So we go to like the cheaper places, but actually in Malacca we started going to Starbucks, and I would get, was it an oat milk or almond milk iced chocolate, and it was delicious. It was so good.
You don't also mention the 5 drink that you took before in Starbucks that you hated.
I did. I did
Took
try
you I don't know how
out.
many trials before you like one also.
Well, they had like a slushy one that was too cold for my brain. They had another one that was way too sweet.
They never have the lemon tea that you want.
They never had the lemon tea, so like I had like a lemon and passion fruit thing, and that was not great. So like iced chocolate, but with, I can't remember if it was almond. I think it was almond milk. It's delicious. So I highly
But
recommend
the
that.
first time they missed the almond milk and they put the cream on top, so that made you
Yeah.
sick. It took a while though before.
Yeah,
getting there.
I did get sick from that cream.
Yeah.
Anyway, drinks is always a fun one. Next up is utilities,
In this case, it's basically toilets.
like in train stations or whatever.
And it's €2.75, €2.65. It's in Langkawi. We were going to this little mall at the Old Town Cafe, White Coffee stuff. To go to the toilet, you had to pay 2,000. I don't know. I can't remember in local money,
1,000,
like
yeah.
30 cents or whatever. That's basically like a month of going to a cafe, and both of us going once in the afternoon for a pee and having to pay every time to go to the toilet. In exchange, we got some bag of tissues. But yeah, so that's basically.
There was one day where I had a sore tummy and I went like 3 days, and Joe was like, "Stop spending all our money on the toilet." I was like, "It's 30p. I'm gonna
Oh
shit
yeah, it was
myself in
actually
the mess."
one
It was 1,000.
one it was.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or 1,000, whatever it was. Yeah.
I don't remember now, but yeah.
But yeah, so it's basically toilet.
Next up is fun / visits. So this is boat trips, day trips, caves. What else did we see? Sky cab.
Twice, yeah.
Yeah, cable car things. Just any kind of fun visits we did. Like I said, if you want
Touristic
to go.
stuff.
Oh, and the eco walk thing twice.
Twice.
If you want to watch the video, in fact, like I literally put on 325 clips on top of a like 40-minute video. So there's so many clips on there if you want to go and see all the fun visits that we did.
Links?
Oh, I don't know how many links. A lot. But like if you want to go and watch all of our fun travels and see what to do in Malaysia, it's a really good video. So it took me ages to edit as well. Go and watch that if you want to see what we spent our money on. But fun / visits we spent,
€190. That's being tourists.
which is not bad in 3 months.
No. A lot of things were free, to be honest. Like, we didn't pay for that much. Like, a lot of things were walks, building. Like in KL, we only pay for this useless bus.
And the eco walk thing.
Oh yeah, twice. Like the towers, like a lot of buildings you can see for free.
In Ipoh, the caves were free.
Yeah, a lot of things were actually free, where you would have paid for them in general in Europe,
Yeah.
like for something equivalent. Now we had a free tour also in Langkawi with a mangrove tour. So
And she did 2 day trips with us.
yeah,
And also the waterfalls are free in Langkawi to go and visit. You don't have to pay to get in or anything, so that was
yeah.
good.
So a lot of things are free, to be honest. So that's very cool.
Next up is laundry.
Laundry, €9, not bad. It was really cheap when we had it. We went to the laundromat also. Rosie fell asleep on the bench.
Yeah.
Um,
I was just so exhausted.
in
I fell
Langkawi
asleep.
it was free. Like we spent 1 month in Langkawi and she was doing it for free for us.
Next up is tips.
0.
Next up is bank fees.
As little as 169. It's probably the less that we spend.
It's usually around €10 a month.
Yeah,
something like
because Malaysia is pretty much a cashless country.
Yeah.
You don't need cash very, very often. So just the little bit that we took here and there, and because we booked through Airbnb pretty much everywhere, or did bank transfer in Langkawi, stuff like that, we didn't have to pay like 200 for an accommodation and stuff like that. So yeah, it was very little.
Next up is health.
This is the recurring monthly health insurance that we have with Safety Wings, and basically we pay $44 per person for 4 weeks, and it renews automatically. So not for a month, like 28 days. So like for the 3 months that we spend there, it's roughly €236. Yeah, this is just a recurring expense basically that we have every month. So nothing exciting about it.
It's one of those things that you pay,
Hoping you'll never use it.
hoping you never have to use it, but also kind of hoping you do at some point, because then you've not just paid for no reason.
Yeah, no, I'm fine paying insurance all my life for no reason.
And then the last one.
We could have used it for the lychee attack, maybe.
No. Yeah, we got bitten by leeches as well. You can go and find out about that. And the last one is visa.
0. You can get 90 days free tourist visa in Malaysia, which is awesome. If you stay that long, they might ask you why the hell you stayed that long in the country.
They did.
They couldn't understand.
When we were leaving to come to Indonesia, Bali, at the passport control, there was like people going in front of us. They check it, stamp or whatever, go. Check it, stamp, go. And then with us, like, he was kind of like, he spent ages on me, but spent even longer on you. And I was a bit like, oh my God. And she was like, what have you been doing here? And Jeremy was like, oh, just visiting. Well, where were you? I went to Langkawi, Malacca, back to, KL, Malacca, back to KL. I went this place, that place. And she was like, well, why were we here for so long? And Jeremy was like, because you provide a 3-month visa.
Because I liked it, because I could.
Because we were being tourists. So
she
it was
couldn't understand, and eventually she was like, okay. But
yeah.
I think she didn't want to admit it.
Yeah.
Which was suspicious. She was like, are you working here? Like, are you, like, no, I mean, not really for you. Like,
yeah, we've been working online, but not
nothing
working,
illegal. Like,
yeah,
it was funny.
Anyway, so total for 3 months, bear in mind, usually we do this for like a month-ish. So 3 months in Malaysia was
€4,292.
Okay.
So that's basically 1,430 a month, which is very close to what we usually spend.
We usually spend 1,500.
Yeah, or 400. So yeah, it's exactly in the average of what we usually spend. And if I break it down per days, because that's a bit more relevant, it's €48 per day for both of us in total, which again is actually overall fairly cheap, and per person it would be 24 then.
So €24 per person per day for 3 months in Malaysia.
Just to give you an idea, India was 20, Sri Lanka was 20, Thailand was 28, Cambodia was 29, and Vietnam was 27. So it's the third cheapest country after India and Sri Lanka, and it's just above Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam. So just to give you an idea, it's like a middle between all the countries that we did.
I also think though, thinking back, I think we're going to do like a 1-year video talking about our travels, but like at the beginning, Vietnam, Cambodia and Thailand, we were very tourist mode.
Yeah, we
Vietnam.
paid more stuff, we moved more often, stuff like that. When staying longer in places reduced the cost of the accommodation, moving places less often reduced transportation.
But I also think we're a lot more balanced in terms of like work-life travel thing. Like at the beginning, I feel like we didn't have enough time to edit videos and work and things. We were just like, woohoo, we're traveling.
Like, big tourist and work when you can.
Well, yeah, like work in the evenings, work in the mornings, whatever. Whereas in Malaysia, we would like go to a cafe and sit and work for 6 hours, and we did that on quite a regular basis. So I think costs also go down because the only thing you're paying for is like a Starbucks coffee each or like a drink or something. Yeah. Versus like going on a day trip or like moving around like in Vietnam, I think it was every 5 days we were moving. So it was like transport, no accommodation, new day trips, new this, new that. So I think that also makes it less expensive when you're spending longer in certain places. So
if you want to see the detail, we can put the thing on the screen.
It's got a pie chart as well, guys.
Yeah. 43% is accommodation, 28% is sitting out. So, yeah. She didn't introduce me as a finance guy for once, so...
Jeremy, husband/finance guy. Anyway, thanks for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was useful for you to see how much we spent in 3 months in Malaysia. Obviously, we could have spent way more if we'd have stayed in posh accommodation.
If Rosie was managing our money.
If I was managing the money, we could have gone to like... I remember in Georgetown...
We would have not gone to Malaysia. because we would have been broke
We
before.
would have
now.
been skint before that. But in Georgetown, for example, there's so many good food places, and a lot of it is affordable, which is what we went to. But there is also a lot of like Michelin star things, like really, really good meal, like restaurants. So it definitely
Even in
could
KL also, you have access to all the Western food that you want.
Yeah.
Also, so you can not go to local places and triple
Spend
your
more,
bill
yeah.
very easily.
So it definitely could have been more expensive, but I am really happy with like the accommodations and the food that we ate, and even like the local food is really, really good in Malaysia. So you're not gonna miss out, even if you're kind of on a budget like us.
Yeah.
So let me know in the comment section if this was helpful. If you have any questions for us, let us know as well. We are currently in Bali, so we're going to be doing Bali travel vlogs coming up soon, and also at the end we'll do like a roundup and review and finances and all that good stuff, where the food is going to be...
Spoiler alert, Bali will be the most expensive country we've been to, I think. That's my gut feeling.
We're enjoying ourselves. I'm enjoying my food.
Cheers.
Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.